Hello, Norwood. Today we're joined by Dave Tuttle, the president of Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation. This nonprofit organization is one I personally find compelling, but don't take my word for it. This interview will provide insight into the structure of the organization, the fundraisers they do, and most importantly, the organization's purpose and impact. The Norwood famous Dancing with the Stars event is coming up on April 3rd, and I hope this video finds itself as a useful resource in understanding what this is all about. Let's turn to the interview with Dave Tuttle right now. Thank you, Dave, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So the first thing I want to talk about would be the purpose of the organization, the Circle of Hope, because I feel like that's what people think of most when they're looking at if they're considering donating to it. I was hoping you can kind of go into that.
Sure. Circle of Hope, its purpose is to provide financial assistance to residents of Norwood who have suffered a medical catastrophe episode, something major within their life or their family that leaves them with financial needs. This can be anything from doctor's bills, prescriptions, transportation, parking. If you have to go into the hospital in Boston, parking can be quite expensive. We can help with that as well.
Yeah, and these are just Norwood residents?
Norwood residents only, yep.
Yeah, okay. So also alongside the purpose, maybe we can go into who's on the board as well.
Okay.
Who's been a part of it and who's on it currently?
Sure. So we were founded as a foundation in 1998, and for the first 27 years, Tim McDonough served as our president, and I was the treasurer. Recently, Tim stepped down as being president, and I became president. And I had to bring my cheat sheet of all the board members because I didn't want to forget anybody. But Christiana Rose is currently our treasurer. Donna Arthur is our secretary. And on our board of directors, we have Martha Angelo, Ellen Feely, Marcia Gertie, Steve Grenham, Sarah McDonough Griffin, Lee Kennedy, who was Michelle's mother, the woman who the foundation was founded in memory of. Her two brothers, Michael and Scott Kennedy, are on the board. Tim McDonough still on the board. Carolyn Murphy, Carolyn Riccardi, Rosemary Riley, Amy Ronco Kelly, Paul Ronco, Lori Riding, Jamie St. Sierra Mitchell, Margaret Thorne, and Elizabeth Vincent are all our board members. We have 21 members. Nobody gets paid. It's all volunteer work.
Yeah, and are those the current board members?
They are, yes.
Okay. And while we're kind of in this topic, I was hoping maybe you can provide more of a historical background of maybe how it came to be, maybe how it's developed over time, and where it currently stands. I know we talked about the purpose, but really going over the progression over time.
Sure. So, like I said, we were founded in 1998, but prior to that, several years before that, Michelle Kennedy was a young woman here in Norwood, and she needed a bone marrow transplant. And so a group of folks in town, I was one of them, along with others, Paul Easy, Joe Fitzgerald, Kathy Ronco, who was the town nurse at the time, all got together and raised funds for to pay for Michelle's treatment. And one of the things we did was a sports night that Joe Fitzgerald headed up and had, some of the Bruins and the Celtics memorabilia, as well as personally, they came down to the Civic Center. I think cable company broadcast that event live at that night. And so there was, that was one of our bigger fundraisers that we did for Michelle. And when Michelle saw that, she told her mother that when she got better, she would like to do something to give back to the town in some way. Unfortunately, Michelle's treatments were not successful, and she passed away. And it was a few years after that we founded the Circle of Hope Foundation. Our first donation was from the Bach Fund, from the Board of Selectmen. I think it was $1,000. It might have been a few $1,000s, but whatever it was, we were grateful for. We thought we would change the world. We didn't know exactly what we would do with it, and we've been together for the last, I guess we're going on 28 years now in the new year, 2026. and held some annual fundraisers every year. And the town, as they got to know us and understand what we do, has really embraced us and supported us. And we're just so thankful that we have a community that continues to embrace us and support us.
Absolutely, yeah. And maybe we could talk about those fundraisers, because we'll talk about the Dancing with the Stars later, of course, as the one that's coming up. But what are some other fundraisers or ways that the Circle of Hope Foundation seeks to generate funds?
Yeah, so really have two main fundraisers that we do right now annually. In the past, we've done different things. We did like a bunch of comedy dinner nights, like a Joey and Maria's type wedding. We had celebrity impersonators. We had I think it was a mind reader come to town one time. We partnered with the previous owners of the Norwood Theater. I think it was called the Fiddlehead Theater at the time. Did some nights there, and all of these events were very successful, and we raised money. Then one of our founding members, Kathy St. Cyr, unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but she came up with the idea of having luminaries on the town common between Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's become an annual event that we just had. It's always the first Saturday in December. This year was our biggest night ever. Over 3,000 luminary bags we lit. We raised over $15,000, which is, huge for us. It's usually a very cold night, and it looked like it was going to be extremely cold this year, but it thankfully wasn't as bad. So that's one of our successful fundraisers that we do. We also do get many donations throughout the year. When people pass, their families will sometimes list the Circle of Hope as an organization to send donations to in lieu of flowers. And again, as people have gotten to know us and understand our purpose, people also now through their companies will do us as part of their charities drives within their company, and sometimes we get matching funds from the companies as well.
And what, if you're allowed to tell me, what are those figures like? I know you mentioned it was the $1,000 donation was your first kind of donation to the foundation, but what is the foundation looking at now in terms of how much it generates?
So I don't have a total number with me tonight on what we've raised over the years, but I can tell you that we've provided over $1.5 million in assistance to Norwood residents in our first, the 27 years that we've been going. And I would say in the last 5 years or so, annually, it's over the $100,000 mark that we're providing in assistance each year.
And that's mostly through the Dancing with the Stars event.
Dancing with the Stars is a huge fundraiser that we hit on, I think, 15 years ago. We started doing that. And if people aren't familiar with that, we take 6 Norwood celebrities and we give them 10. The board doesn't. We pay for Fred Astaire Dance Studios to give them dance lessons. 10 weeks leading up to the Dancing with the Stars event. The dancers themselves have fundraisers and ask their friends and businesses and neighbors for donations. Every dollar they get in a donation turns into a vote for them to be the champion of Norwood Dancing with the Stars.
That's a good idea.
And we had a lot when the idea first came up. There were, I think, half the board was like, "This will never work," and half the board was like, "It's crazy enough that it just might work," And 15 years later, it's definitely our most successful annual fundraiser. Raises in the neighborhood of $100,000 or more every year. It's held at the ballroom. It's usually a sellout down at the Tiffany Ballroom. Between 450 and 500 people every year are there in person. It's also broadcast live on NCM, so you can see it worldwide on the internet if you want to watch it. And it's a really a fun event, and the dancers have been so supportive. The year that COVID happened and we had the lockdown, that group of dancers stayed together for over 2 years. and dance when things opened up again. It was amazing. This year we have an exciting group of dancers. They're all very good. I met with this group. They are pumped up. They are ready to go, and it's April 3rd this year.
Yeah, and so April 3rd, and maybe, so how could anybody go to this event?
So yes, anybody can go to it, but like I said, it normally sells out. What happens is we give each dancer a set number of tickets, 50, 60, whatever. I'm not sure exactly how many they get. They get the first shot to try and sell them to their family and friends. Usually they sell the place out without us making tickets available to any of to the general public. So watch for the names of the dancers. If you know any of them, the best thing is to reach out to them if they're a friend of yours and ask them if you can buy tickets and support them.
And what is the event like if you're able to go? What's the structure of the Dancing with the Stars event?
So we run it as closely as possible to Dancing with the Stars that you see on network television. We have 4 judges. They rate each dancer, 1 to 10. They give them a score. The dancers get interviewed. The dancers dance with a professional dancer, and we will normally interview a member of their family after they've danced. They get their judges' scores and they get to make comments. The end of the night, we award a mirror ball trophy, just like the network does on national television. And, it's just a fun night. The groups, each dancer, we put the tables for their supporters together, so they're all in one area. And the crowd usually gets pretty raucous and pretty loud in there as their favorite dancer gets up and dances.
Yeah, I've seen some clips. It's definitely entertaining. So what are the judges? Are they like actual dance judges, or are they kind of just other celebrities in town?
So these are generally they're well-known people in town. We have in the past had the owner of Fred Astaire Dance Studio at the time. He's not the owner anymore, but he was a judge one year. Pat McCarthy, I think the former town moderator, was one of the judges. I do know that this year we have a former professional dancer from ABC's Dancing with the Stars will be one of the judges this year. Tony Devalacqua, I think is his name.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I think that's his name as well. That's very cool.
Yeah, we're excited. We've had Natalie Jacobson from Channel 5. She wasn't a judge, but she came down one night and helped with some of the intros. Tim McDonough, our past president, and George Yusevich have been our MCs for the show all 15 years. George had to miss it last year, so Tim went solo, but they do a phenomenal job, MCing the show.
Yeah, I could see Tim being all right doing it on his own. All right, well, with that, I want to end with this segment between me and you with points of contact for people who are involved with the nonprofit. And then after that, I'll say to the audience, we're going to go into specific interviews with some of the dancers, if not all the dancers, and that's going to be cool to watch. So, Dave, who are the people that people can contact for certain aspects of, let's say, if someone wants to donate, who can they?
So the easiest way to donate, if you go to Norwood, COH, all one word, norwoodcoh.org. You'll find all our information there. There's actually a web page that you can donate right online through that. Our P.O. Box numbers, P.O. Box 421 in Norwood. You can we'll always take a check if you want to mail that in. A lot of people these days, want to do it electronically though. And even if you go to norwoodcoh.org and you click on the coming events, you'll see each of the dancers, their pictures are there, and you can even click on the dancer if you'd like to donate and support them as well.
Okay, and I'll put all of that on the screen so people can see. And I just want to say, personally, I hope my mom wins. She's one of the dancers, and it's going to be a fun night, and hopefully it raises a lot of money for their cause. Thank you, Dave, very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And now let's turn to the specific interviews right now.
Hi, I'm Tanya Kanolik. My mother was born in Poland, and my father is a Norwood native. Many of you know my father, Mr. Ed. Along with my two older brothers, we were all born at Norwood Hospital. My upbringing was unique. My parents separated when I was very young, and I was raised by my aunt and uncle, who helped ease the responsibilities of my care. I spent weekends with the rest of my family. Some of my fondest memories include my father taking me to Roller Land on Sundays for dance lessons on skates, and my brothers taking me to Haas Pool and Friendly's for ice cream. Throughout it all, my mother always made sure I felt loved. Growing up, I witnessed the immense passion for my father has for Norwood. This includes his dedication to saving George Ace Morse House, one of the town's most historic homes, which now serves as a museum and meeting house. In a special turn of events, I was married there in December of 2014. While I had hoped both my father and my uncle would walk me down the aisle, my uncle passed just 17 days before the ceremony. My father stepped in to make the day extra special as he gave me away to the man who is now the father of our son, who turns 9 this February. Seeing my father's commitment to his community has made me reflect on our family legacy. There is no better way for me to honor this town than to support a wonderful foundation. My name is Tanya Kanolik, and I am proud to be one of this year's participants in Dancing with the Norwood Stars. I was inspired to join Norwood Dancing with the Stars after learning about the mission of the Circle of Hope Foundation. The assistance they provide to Norwood residents facing life-changing medical occurrences is remarkable, and I immediately knew I wanted to support their efforts. Cancer impacts everyone, whether personally or through a loved one. It is a battle no one should face alone. While cancer has touched both my family and my husband's, we are fortunate to have a strong support system. Not everyone has family or friends available to help, but through the Circle of Hope, that support comes from the community. As a member of this community, I am honored to help and provide guidance and support to our neighbors in need.
Hi, how are you? My name is Michael O'Connor. I'm one of the contestants with Dancing with the Stars for 2026, right? Very excited about the opportunity. A little bit about myself. I grew up here in Norwood, went to St. Catherine's, went to Zavarian Brothers High School over the street, so not considered a true townie. Wasn't born in Norwood Hospital, didn't graduate Norwood High, but I love Norwood. Great town, great people. So looking forward to giving back and helping out with Dancing with the Stars. Why I'm excited about Dancing with the Stars, I was approached by Carolyn Riccardi as she was recruiting dancers, right? Looking forward to it, always supported other dancers in the past, always supported Norwood Circle of Hope. So was chosen this year. And the reason I'm doing it is just simply give back to the community, give back to a great program, right? And be able to help people within the town that are a little less unfortunate. So it's a great foundation. They do a lot of great work. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Hi, my name is Tim Rose, and I'm a longtime Norwood resident and a 2019 graduate of the Norwood High School. During my years here in Norwood, I've met a lot of great people, including the folks at Norwood Community Media. I first met that crew back in the 5th grade when I joined the Lights Camera Summer Youth Video Program, and the relationship just grew right from there. They asked me to become a part-time producer in my high school years, and that's a role I still hold to this day, and that's been phenomenal because it's let me meet a lot of great people in Norwood and build relationships, whether it's through sporting events or concerts or town meetings or any other events like that. That's been great for meeting everybody in the town. I also got to serve as the school news reporter for a couple of years back in my high school time. And that was phenomenal because I got to, present all the great updates about our local school system to all the residents of Norwood through their TV sets. So that was great. I loved TV production so much that I actually ended up going to school for it. I went to Syracuse to study TV, radio, and film, and I graduated from there in 2023. And since then, I've come back to work full-time here in Norwood as a broadcast technician at the production company known as Kramer, right over on University Ave. So I've been familiar with the Norwood Circle of Hope for a long time now. My grandmother was actually a founding member when the group started up, and my mom joined the group a few years after they got their start. and the two of them would always bring me and my little sister down to help out with the Norwood Luminary Night on the town common, and that was always a highlight of our year. And whenever my mom announced that she was going to the Norwood Circle of Hope Dancing with the Stars night, she might as well have been going to the Oscars. The buzz was huge in our household, so the name of Dancing with the Stars has been in my house and in my mind for a long time now. And recently, with Norwood Community Media, I got to help them produce the event. Usually, I've been working as a cameraman or a floor producer, so I've gotten to see the event up close, and it's just been a blast every time I've helped out with it. So, of course, when the Circle of Hope approached me back in December to ask about filling in for an open spot for Dancing with the Stars, I was thrilled to accept. And I love dancing, not professionally, mind you, so this is definitely going to be a learning experience in that regard. But I think dancing is just a great way to release a lot of that extra energy you have and just have a good time. So to be able to do that for a group that does such great work and that has been so close to me in my life is something I'm really, really excited for.
Who I am, I was born in Norwood Hospital, July 1972, so I guess you could say I watched the centennial celebration there while I was in my mom's arms. So, like a true Norwidian. I'm the daughter of two Italian immigrants who came here in 1967 and built an awesome future for me and my sisters and our husbands and our kids. I'm a NHS graduate, 1990. And I have two sons who are also NHS graduates, 21 and 25. I've lived in Norwood my entire life. I, like most of us, live pretty close to my mom now and dad, about 9 houses away. That's as far as we were allowed to move. And married to a man of almost 25 years. We've been together for 28 years. He's a sheriff at the, captain at the Sheriff's Department in Boston. And I worked at Star Market. I was a candy striper. Everybody, I think worked at Paperama. Enjoyed Roland and all the other activities in Norwood. I was a cashist at the St. Catherine's, a PTO member, a member of the Norwood Football and Cheer. I think I've kind of immersed myself in anything that anybody asked me to be a part of. Yeah, that's me, I guess, in a nutshell. I'm participating this year in Norwood Circle of Hope Dancing with the Stars because I was fortunate enough to get a wonderful phone call from the wonderful Carolyn Riccardi, who said, Maria, this year we need you to be a part of this. And after much consideration and talking with my husband, who said, you can't say no, it's for a charity, it's for Norwood, and this is what we're about. So blessed to be part of a community that we are so also focused on taking care of each other. And this is, I guess, my contribution.
My name is Christopher Lipscomb. I've lived in Norwood for about 10 years. I moved up here to attend Universal Technical Institute to work on cars. I've been working on the Automile for about 10 years, and I currently work at BMW Norwood. I am doing Dancing with the Stars because I was approached and learned a little bit more about the Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation, and it's a great foundation. It's actually something that's pretty near and dear to me. My sister suffered from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma as a child, and my community outreach really helped my family get through that. And I think that the Norwood Circle of Hope Foundation is a great cause, and anything I can do to raise awareness and raise some money for that is awesome.
Hello, my name is Karen Broderick. Most of Norwood knows me as Karen Olsen, but my married name is Karen Broderick now. And I grew up in Norwood, went to St. Catherine's, and I ended up graduating from Norwood High School in 1990. Very happy to have the opportunity to be chosen to dance with the stars in support of the Norwood Circle of Hope this season. Some background on myself. I was a gymnast growing up. I think I'm still known in the town as the gymnastics girl, probably now the gymnastics lady, hopefully not the gymnastics old lady, but I think I'm known as the gymnastics girl here in Norwood. I competed at the Gymnastics Academy of Boston, which is located in Norwood, And from there, I went on to compete at the University of New Hampshire. From there, I moved back to Norwood. And from a very, very young age, probably like my youngest memory, when people ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I have always said I want to be a mom and I want to own a gymnastics gym. So lucky for me, I was able to, both those dreams came true. I live in Norwood with my husband, Rich. We have 5 children. Elizabeth, Kevin, over there. And then I have, my middle girl is Kate, Thomas, and Audrey. So we all live in Norwood, and they have the opportunity to do many different sports and activities here in Norwood as well. When I got the call to participate with Dancing with the Stars, of course I was incredibly honored, very touched to be thought of to go out and support this great organization. A little bit nervous. I feel like there's an intense amount of pressure on me to go out, given my gymnastics background, to go out and like have this killer routine. So that pressure I take. I'm very competitive and healthy competitive, and I'm really, really excited to go out and obviously do that part on the dance floor and to do my best and to put on a great show. But more importantly, I am really, really happy to be able to support the town, give back to families in need. I'm going to equally give as much energy as I can in my fundraising efforts. So that will be definitely something I will be doing a lot of fundraising for, and hopefully can shine in that area as well. I want to thank everyone who has been very supportive of me throughout this journey that I'm going on, especially right now. Thank you, Kevin Broderick, my son, for having us in and being able to give a couple minutes of our time to hopefully gather some interest, and hopefully people will be able to, if it's not me, to the other contestants, to donate for this wonderful, wonderful organization. And I will be giving it more than 100%. Whatever I can give, I'm going to put out there, and we'll see you soon.
If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to send me an email at thekevinbroderickshow@gmail.com. Until next time, goodbye.